Hey guys, welcome to our review of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. This is episode 5 called Parting. And I'm officially out. I'm ready to call this series a disappointment, not worthy of the Tolkien story and lore. They're kind of making stuff up as they go along, taking things where they want to take it. I mean, a lot of people saw this coming, right? But this is the episode that kind of confirms it for me, and also confirms that the level of writing is not reaching what they are changing it from. Why change it if you have better writing, right, to go off of, to make it your own? So it's not as good as Tolkien. It's not as good as Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy. Fuck, at this point, I don't even think it's as good as The Hobbits. I think The Hobbit feels more Tolkien to me than this. And so
I
this
see
has
so.
really dropped on the rung of, Tolkien stuff here. Yes, it's a spectacle, but a spectacle for what? A special effect is just a special effect, and it's rather boring without anything to back it up in terms of emotion or investment or anything, and that's what I see. And constantly, the music is blaring. It's almost this episode almost ends like it's the end of a Star Wars trilogy, and it's like fucking two ships and 72 soldiers. It's like of a crew of characters and a cast of characters I literally don't care about. I actually want to die. I want Adar to slaughter them all and have the Dark Lord win. So in I'm out. I'm done. And I was hoping that this episode could turn things around, but it turns into yet another. We're about to do something cool. We're about to do something cool, and more explanation, more setup, and just the level of writing. So I went and I looked. I said, "What's going on here, man?" I looked up J.A. Boyana, who is the director and showrunner of the series. And what did he do before this? Orphanage, 2007
The horror
horror
movie?
film,
I've seen that
Orphanage.
one.
Yeah. And then latest film was Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh God!
Alex's favorite film, and your favorite film,
It
Joe.
makes sense.
This makes total sense. And then this particular episode, directed by Wayne Che Yip, whose previous credits include. Yeah, I'm finished on that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's one or two
There you have it.
episodes of Preacher, maybe a little bit of one episode of Happy, of Salem. Been associated, I think, 4 episodes of Misfits. Basically, again, another unproven talent here. And then the writers, let's see, Justin Dobill and Jason Cahill. Jason Cahill is best known for his work on the acclaimed series Sopranos and Fringe. He did 3 episodes of Sopranos and 2 episodes on Fringe. Again, these are not big names. These are not like people that you would entrust a billion-dollar franchise and one of the most legendary fantasy series ever. It's resting on people with rather thin resumes. And unfortunately, by episode 5, I'm ready to declare that this is subpar, below average, and they're not up to the task. So often, the music is blaring, and the content on screen is not even reaching that level.
Doesn't match.
It doesn't
Yeah.
match. You know when you get knocked out of that? Like, I've seen that several times in movies and stuff. I don't know if you all have experienced that phenomenon, but it's eye-rolling. Well, that's all I have to say. Let's go to Alex. Everybody is like, "Shut up, Joe. Shut up, other Joe." everybody just wants to hear from Alex because Alex just kind of sits
He's
there,
lore master.
quiet, lore master, makes faces. So, Alex, we're going to let you talk at length and then maybe in the future lead these discussions because that's kind of what everybody wants in the
I thought
comments.
we're done. We're done after today, right? You said you've given up. I've given up. Like, why are we? Like, I don't want to watch this shit anymore.
No, we're gonna go through it. There's 8 episodes. We are only what 3 away from the end. So, Alex,
Of the first season.
of the first season, yeah. What do you think of this particular episode?
It's like watching an old friend of yours live on TV getting butt fucked while on fire. Like it's this is a world that like
Jesus.
whoa, that's oh
There you have it, folks.
yeah, I mean that's true though. I mean like so the first book I remember getting read to as a kid was The Hobbit, right? Like I love Lord of the Rings. I've pre-ordered all the books. I love this universe. And this ain't it.
No.
It's not even close. Like and I'm fine with changes. We've talked about this before. Like Constantine changed a ton of things. Still love that movie. That movie is almost unrecognizable to the comics. But
Keanu
it's still,
Reeves,
yeah,
Constantine?
it's still something that you can appreciate. Starship Troopers is another thing. Peter Jackson made
Right.
a lot of fucking changes.
Right.
Some of them I don't even like. Still love the original
Yeah.
trilogy. These people are making changes that just don't make any fucking sense to me. They're leaving all of this stuff on the table, on the writing room floor that could be amazing. And we're skipping all of it for
skipping
this?
so much for this. The excursions to Middle Earth, the particular battles, the characters' placements in history, that's all literally worse than what's already written. And I see it incoming. It makes it smaller. It makes it more eye-rolling. It makes it less believable, the world. And in many ways, it ruins the lore. And it's a shitty thing because a lot of people out there haven't read the books, don't have this connection. And since Alex, has that connection and I have half that connection, at this point, it's like, man, it's just to see something so watered down, to see something so butchered, and then just leaning on tropes and modern day this and modern day that, modern day audiences. That's literally the death throes of good writing that lasts the test of time, which is what Tolkien's writing is capable of. So,
Do you like
it's
it?
fucking sad. So now we'll hear from OtherJoe.
Well, at least we got Andor so far in House of the Dragons.
I know. See, that's what makes it worse, Joe. That's what makes it worse when you watch Star Wars Andor and you see the level of writing and fucking set designs and the way they spend their money. And then you watch a fucking, House of the Dragon and you listen to their dialogue and their character development. It took a little bit for that one, but now that one's
gaining
on
traction
track
on
and
that
going
one.
up. It took a little bit for this one, and now we're going down. And I think it's been exposed in episode 5 for what it is.
Yeah, I don't know the lore, like-
billion-dollar corporation just using, the corpse of the
Exactly.
fucking Tolkien. Look, yeah, y'all like Tolkien, right? You like Lord of the Rings. That was popular. Let's do our
something
own
else.
version of it. Ha
fuck it up.
Why? I'm sorry, Joe. You may.
No, you're good. I don't know the lore as much as you do, but I've watched the movies, so I've known just the movies, and this is not up to par to those other ones. This doesn't feel like it, like I've said before. This is just, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I'm not intrigued with these characters. I don't care.
Exactly.
Like, they spent so much money on the wrong thing. They need to spend money on the writers.
Writing.
It's like, why are you giving this person that has no credit?
Speaking truth to power,
This guy has
Joe.
no credit
No
for
credits.
any writing. It's like you're gonna entrust this guy
$1
with
billion
$1 billion,
franchise.
like
Yep.
to write this. What is going on? It's more setup. These characters are like switching to like super fast. It's like, hey, do this,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden next
Everything is so
episode they're like,
condensed.
why are we doing this?
Because there's a tempest within me.
Let me describe what Joe's talking about. Like I had to stop. The daughter.
It's like, did we
of-
miss a scene or
What is the
something?
guy's name?
Elendil's daughter.
And Lendil's daughter literally at one point when she sees the troops marching and let's go and fight for the glory of Numenor, she's like, stop! Why is this happening? We must stop this. How do we do it? And it's like, but the last episode, she was just watching calmly, and like it's like, what the fuck just happened? So off screen, she made the decision to be like, this is not what I want. It's like, who the fuck cares what you want in the first place? Why are we have focus on this particular character? How does this have any relevance whatsoever? And all of the important stuff of character building that they're doing is happening off screen. When did she decide that this is not what she wanted? When did she decide that she's on the... Did we miss a few scenes of her and Farazan's son who is continuing to influence her to be like, fuck this, we can't do this? That's completely deleted and missing. And we're supposed to care about her, and we don't even care about her. And now you're doing stuff off screen with her that we don't care about.
I don't even care about Isildur, and he's like one of the most fucking important dudes,
And yes, exactly. The son of Arundel, right? The father. Like, again, I hate this character, Joe. I literally hate this character. Every fucking scene, it is, you need to find out what it is you want to do. And he's like, I want to fight. I can do it. Let me do it. No, you suck. What the fuck? Over and over and over. Like, what is his character arc? Like, what, your head is in the clouds. Okay, but I want to go on this journey. No, you can't. Why?
So you've been fucking up every turn. Why?
Because he let a fucking rope fall off twice? Who gives a fucking shit? We're going to go fight the fucking orcs. Can you swing a sword? Yes. Then let's fucking go.
Well,
if you're a shitty son, then go fucking die in the orcs area.
Go fucking die.
Well, the problem is the lore thing is none of them can swing a sword. The mighty men of Numenor can't swing a sword.
Yes, I was gonna save this, Alex, but they've ruined it.
They can't swing.
You remember when I was so excited to 1 or 2 episodes to our reviews? I'm like, the Númenóreans, what? They're gonna do this, the fucking heavy metal band, and I would sit there and listen to music and read the lore and the fucking ideas and the battles that would happen in my head, and these massive prototype men, fucking 8 feet tall and badass warriors, they're shit! They're shitty! These fucking jabronis are not Númenóreans. They're tiny little people. They barely know how to fucking fight. They're gonna send 27 soldiers as their epic army that they've fucking... we can't send our entire army. The entire island is at civil war because maybe we don't want to go to war. Those 27 soldiers. What?
You only have 3
this
ships.
ain't a fucking raiding party, not a goddamn army. Why is anybody even coughing or give a shit about a small incursion like that into Middle-earth? None of the plot things have any fucking weight or tension to them. They're dumb as shit. And their fucking armor is dumb. It is basically somebody who skimmed through Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's fucking designs, and said, oh, these are the precursors to Gondor and Rohan, so let's just mix their fucking... So you look at their armor and it looks like Rohan, kind of mixed with Gondor, and it's like, no, why? Just make your own fucking shit, and you look fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. So now the Númenóreans are going with 27 soldiers to Middle-earth to get their asses kicked so that Farazan can be like, ha, I told you so. The great army was defeated. She's an idiot. Now listen to us. Elves, we're fucking racist against elves. Fuck the elves. How the fuck do the Númenóreans on the island have no idea how to fight orcs? You're telling me they got the fucking island because they were badass fighters and helped against fucking Morgoth's forces and orcs. You're telling no lieutenants or scholars wrote down how to fight orcs? No, it has to be Galadriel to come in and teach them how to do it while whooping all fucking 27 soldiers' ass who they are going to send to war. She simultaneously beats them all herself. I am so sick of Galadriel. I ain't pronouncing her name. I'm just gonna call her Galahad. Okay, Galadriel. And
Yeah,
so
right.
every fucking scene is just her fucking, intense eyes, and
There's a tempest within
it's,
her.
What the fuck are we doing? And this director is like, we love it, girl, that they put the camera in her face, and she's actually looking at us. She's like breaking the fourth wall. I fucking hate our hero.
I feel like you overhyped the Númenóreans to me.
See, that's why I'm leaving.
He's like, the
fucking
Númenóreans are
leaving.
so badass. I watched
And then
this.
you watch
I
them,
watched
and you're
this,
like,
I'm
these guys are worse than Gondor.
These guys
They're
got
worse
beat up
than-
by Halberd. And
that
then-
alone, I'm done. So now you know why I'm fucking out. I'm pissed. The only thing that this fucking show does right is Durin. I fucking love Durin.
Yes.
He's just hey, this fucking table. What the fuck, motherfucker? This table. Did you fucking grave rob this table? This is a sacred table, and the king. He's doing this to the elf king. The motherfucking elf king that kills Sauron.
Yeah, he's not just an elf king.
He is
He's like the fucking
the
elf
most
king.
badass guy, and he even makes him go, I'm sorry.
sorry.
We'll send the table back with you. And the motherfucker was lying the whole time. So
I believed him.
Elrond
That was
and
a great
Durin is this series, and it is literally 10% of every episode. That's the only thing I have to look forward to every fucking episode.
Yep.
The Harfoots are back. The Harfoots are horrible people. They are horrible people. They want to leave behind their own fucking kind because somebody might be orphaned or somebody might be widowed. What about the people that you're going to leave behind? Just, no, I fucking hate them. And I don't understand. And then it's episode 5, and the mysteries behind the two mystery characters are becoming so frustrating that I just don't care anymore.
Slamdolf.
Yes.
That was a cool term. When that happened, Alex goes, yeah, Slamdolf.
Slamdolf the Grey. And the Grey is the movie with Liam Neeson fighting wolves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was
little
the
mini-
that was
with
the
the
other
mini
good
bottles.
That was the other good 10% of this. It's the fucking Harfoots, the greatest migrators, the greatest hiders of our time, end up walking into a forest that is being corrupted, and they don't know how or what to do. So wolves come and attack them, but luckily, Slamdolf is there to save them. He grabs a fucking wolf, throws it, and does a fucking Hulk
I wouldn't
Yeah.
save
smash.
you. Mitch, you said leave me, right? I'm not gonna save you.
Yeah, I'll save her.
Yeah,
I'll save
I'll
her,
save
but not you.
So slam, and then the wolves run away. And you can tell that he is a Maiar. You can tell he has no concept of death. They're teaching him language. This is motherfucking Gandalf. If they fucking reverse this and put it in, and he's Sauron, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I don't know what they're doing, but this is Gandalf, and it's
Halbrand's
Gandalf.
Sauron,
period.
probably.
And
Like,
Halbrand is Sauron. They keep this episode, every time they say the darkness or the Dark Lord or dark power, they cut to the tall, mysterious Slamdolf or Slamdolf.
Yeah.
That character. When it's a misdirect. They keep saying, is he evil? Is he evil? Is he evil? Well, clearly he shows remorse for killing the Fireflies. He's wondering, am I good? Am I good? You know, that kind of stuff. And then we get finally the appearance of Eminem. Eminem is in the series, y'all, but he was in it for 5 seconds. So apparently, Alex was right. That some of these people thought that there was a Sauron or an elf. I don't even think it's an elf. They look humans. Some of them, they're like priests. Priests of what?
Melkor
Melkor. Who the fuck is Melkor?
became Morgoth.
Okay,
Just
that's
a
right.
renamed
Here,
character.
the version of the
Once he became evil, they're like,
the god
we
that
renamed,
became Anyways, so they're following, and so that's another misdirect that it's like, oh yeah, this is Sauron, our master. So, but the series is leaning hard into the mysterious stranger is Sauron. You have the dark forces. You have the one guy who branded himself the human barkeeper says, "Oh, the comet, the Dark Lord has arrived again." Everything is this mysterious stranger Sauron. It's a misdirect.
He could still be a pre-Balrog.
Do you think this series has the
not at
capability
all.
of anything like that?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah,
No.
the Malrogs were the corrupted
Absolutely
Maiar
not.
that came down. But
And even before the fucking Númenórean ships blow up, They were only going to send 5 ships with 500 soldiers.
It's a massive island nation, right?
Yes.
Of giant shipbuilders. Yeah, and they have 5.
They have 5
They only
ships.
they have 5
They
boats.
can only afford
Like I'm
5
telling
ships.
you, man, he overhyped them
Yeah,
for me.
Númenor. Yeah,
You
they-
shut the fuck up, Joe. Go read the God. Don't say that. I'm gonna force you to read the books and
What's that,
fucking
that
listen to
song?
some audio books or something, and listen to the goddamn heavy metal band while you do it, because these are not the Númenóreans. These are the. Chad, can you give me a fucking chat?
Fumbalorians.
YouTube comments, please give Fumbalorians. Thank you, Joe. I'm just not clever enough. I'm so angry right now. All right, my mini rant is over. I'm gonna let Alex take lead, and then I just fucking went off because like I'm out. Fuck this.
yeah, I'm out.
No, Alex. People want to hear from you. Like every time I read the comments, they're like, "Let Alex speak." So you have this next 30 minutes.
I mean, Amazon clearly did not have the rights to the Second Age or any of the important things in the Second Age. And we don't know the details of what they can and can't use, but they clearly do not have any of the important things in the Second Age. And they said,
wait, isn't this the Second Age?
yeah.
But that's the age that they do have the rights to. They don't have the rights to the Third Age.
We know they don't have rights to the Third Age, and we know they don't have the rights to the First Age. There's stuff in the Second Age they're not allowed to talk about. Like, they cannot use the term. I don't believe they can use Anatar, which is Sauron's fair form, the Lord of Gifts. I don't think they can use that at all, which is kind of why he's probably not in the show. You know, the guy who teaches him to make the Rings of Power in the show about the Rings of Power. I don't think they have the access to them. And so I think what ended up happening is there's a giant committee of people at Amazon, because this show reeks of written by committee, right? You've got all these little ideas from all these little places. They're not really cohesive. It doesn't feel like really strong writing. And the source material is really good. First season, we're constructing the Rings of Power. We learn about the Sauron was behind it. Second season, clearly the War of Elves and Sauron. Númenor comes, saves the day, all the cool shit. Then we can get into the Pharazôn stuff, the Al-Pharazôn stuff, where he makes a giant fucking army. He fucks up. He shows up on Middle Earth, and the orcs are so fucking. They see him, and they run away. They abandon. There's not even a fight. They just show up, and he's like, "Holy fuck!" And then they capture Sauron. Sauron convinces Al-Pharazôn to go fight God for immortality. They all die, and then we actually set up like the actual thing that the series is going to culminate in, which is Elendil, Gil-galad, fuck up Sauron, 2v1, and then like there could be all this cool stuff. We're gonna see none of that shit. And they're just making stuff up because it doesn't feel like we don't have access to any of that stuff. So like I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. I don't know what we're supposed to be watching, where we're going.
A small battle of the Númenóreans showing up and saving the Southlands at the Watchtower from Adar.
But they have to lose, right? Because his whole point is he wants the volcano to erupt. Because the key is probably the key to making the volcano erupt. And if he makes the volcano erupt, it turns the Southlands into actual Mordor where the orcs can live. Adar clearly doesn't like Sauron for some reason, right? Just the name of him.
It's seeming like he is now not Sauron, and not even a servant of Sauron. He seems to be his own power.
Yeah, he seems to be like he's kind of in charge. Sauron is missing, which makes sense if Sauron is currently in his fair form, fucking off doing something else that we don't see off screen.
Yeah.
So he's probably the de facto leader of the orcs. He wants to make a place for them to live, and it's not really Sauron pulling the strings because he doesn't know where Sauron is.
And this is what blows blows everything, completely in a direction that I don't want. Because I'm over here thinking Sauron is behind the scenes and everything, and I guess we're not getting that. I anticipate this season's villain, Adar. But he's not a true villain. He has his own motivations. He's a little more complex, and he doesn't even like Sauron. He's trying to become a god himself, and then he fucks it up, and he awakens Sauron or brings Sauron into play finally in episode 8. Then Sauron, that small Sauron tease. That's how the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power is going to end. That is I see, and there's no Anatar, there's no Lord of the Gifts. There's no like big fucking subterfuge going on.
Destruction of Eregion, which is huge.
The destruction of that. There's I don't think they're doing the Númenóreans come and kick his ass and then take him back to the island. I think we've already skipped that part because the Númenóreans kick fucking ass. They kick Sauron's ass.
3 times.
multiple times. Like, all of these could have been really great moments, and then they take him back to the island, and then that's where he sows the hatred between the loyalist faction and the fucking Kingsmen faction. The Kingsmen faction eventually descend into those human factions that we saw that were bad guys in Peter Jackson's trilogy, and versus the good guys who descend into Gondor and Rohan, and well, the Númenórean island is completely destroyed because they tried to, like Alex said, fight gods.
That would be so cool.
They went to go attack heaven, essentially, because they wanted access to heaven. They're like, let me into heaven. Why do the elves get to go into heaven? Fuck you. I'm coming. I'm going into heaven. And then they all fucking die.
They all die.
So I tried to get out to not reveal that part to you, but
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And even if it does, I have no fucking faith that it's going to be written in a badass way. It's going to be depicted in the same way. So like, this all feels small scale stuff and with a massive budget, with characters that I don't care about. So if it's small scale and these tiny little battles between 23 orcs and 17 Númenóreans and 2 characters we don't care about, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Same. It's just very depressing.
And it's not that this episode in particular was bad enough, which it is, but it's like this is a culmination of me waiting. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. Okay.
Well, you had that hope thing.
Episode 5. Now I'm here, guys.
Yeah, you were hopeful for a while, so it's almost like a little betrayal. You're like, look, you were trying to, give the show the benefit of the doubt, which is, but
I try to give everything the benefit of the doubt, which may be my weakness, but whatever. So we got 3 episodes left of this shit, and it's going to be directed by a completely different person, and it's the writers that is TBA. Could still be Justin.
They haven't written it yet. Oh, okay.
No, it hasn't been announced.
Like,
Charlotte Brandstrom is next. In the next 2 episodes, it's Charlotte Brandstrom, and then back to the director of this episode, Wayne Che Yip. So, let's go with final verdicts for this particular one. Let me make sure I've got it all covered. So we've got the subplot of somehow... We could do that in the episode breakdown. Yeah. Fuck it. Just do final verdicts.
Below average for me, this is going to be a 4. I don't care about the Harfoot's migration. I did like get slammed off. He's a wizard. He's got to be a wizard, right?
Yeah, he's a wizard. Yeah. He's a Maiar who... I think it's I'm still with the pre-Gandalf theory. Every
time we're in Númenor, I'm rolling my eyes. Every time we're there, I don't care. I'm like, what is going on here? We're just setting up. It's like, this is going to happen. This might happen.
You're fucked up.
I'm rolling my eyes every time we're at that aspect of that.
The coolest part of men have been fucked up.
Yeah. And then I do like Durian and Elrond.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the 10% that they're there.
That they're there. So I do like that aspect. And I would say below average. I don't care about the characters. The writing is just all over the place. The pacing is
really bad.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with that little.
I don't know what the hell is going on either, Joe.
Oh, everyone's like, hey, we're gonna stand here and fight. She gives this whole presentation. Everybody like raises their hand. The next scene's like, nah, you fuck it, let's go. Like this whole quick change of everyone's character.
Everybody's
They need to set up a
all
civil
it takes
war.
is one person to be like, nah, man, we're gonna die. Oh yeah, no, that guy's right. Let's go throw ourselves at the orcs who were about to kill us. Let's join them. Okay, anyways, 4 out of 10, Alex.
Yeah, I think that the dialogue is not very good in this TV show. No. I don't think that the overall writing and the things that were being shown are particularly good. There are some bright spots. I do really... I wasn't sold on Elrond at first. I think he looks goofy. I think his haircut is stupid. But ultimately, that actor and him and Durin, their relationship is completely believable, and I like that. Gil-galad, oh my God, absolutely not. So there's just a lot of things that I just don't like.
Gil-galad is the king of the elves.
Yeah, one of the greatest, probably the greatest elf king. And
he could be scheming. He is shown watching them, so maybe he lied to them or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So they're kind of leaving all of the really cool stuff that should be happening right now on the writing floor, and this is what we're getting instead, and it just doesn't feel like it's appropriate. So I'm not enjoying this. I don't even think it's it's beautiful fantasy. I mean, there's the beautiful landscapes that we get. The problem is scale is a huge problem. They are not depicting scale in this TV show well at all. Under no circumstance do you feel like that the Numenor is a grand empire filled with thousands and thousands and thousands of men, that the elven armies are filled with thousands of men, that there's thousands of orcs. It does feel kind of sad, and we've seen this in movies before where you're trying to set
townships.
You're trying to set up a big,
mad with each other.
Yeah, you want to set up this big battle and show that there's actually some weight, and it feels like kind of like a sad skirmish. We have seen NFL teams clear their benches within the last week that look like they had bigger skirmishes than what's going to happen in the conclusion of fucking Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and there's still no fucking Rings of Power yet. And so there's...
It's not going to happen this season.
It's just not...
No Rings of Power.
Yeah, I just don't think that this is good fantasy. I think that they've CW'd a lot of the dialogue up. They've created characters for no reason. They haven't like legitimized the reason that they're there. So it's like, okay, you put this new character in. Are you going to do something cool with them? They're like, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in season 3. I don't know.
Yeah, why'd you make this
Why
character
not do it
worse?
now?
And they're like, we're not going to do that. So it just kind of hurts when you like these characters so much, and you see them with their name tags are there, and the name tags are correct, but they've completely gutted them as far as age and temperament and like their abilities and what they're doing at this period of time and everywhere that they are. So
I literally hate her.
So it's a problem, and I'm not liking it. And if I weren't here for the show, well, I would just completely stop watching this. Like, this is something that I do not enjoy watching week after week. I don't even like talking. Like, sometimes something's bad and you like talking about it. I don't even want to talk about this. So this is, if I'm being honest, it is slightly below average because there is, some cool stuff on it. But like, if I was going to give it in the Lord of the Rings universe, this is like 1 and 2 level shit. But I think it's a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I also think it's a 4 out of 10, but I'm going to go with a 3 because this is where it lost me, and I got angry. And I don't. Yeah, there might be it might be able to get me back, but I mean, it already betrayed me. It already betrayed me, and it's not as good. It's not as good as Andor. It's not as good as House of the Dragon. And this is supposed to. This series is what needed to succeed the most, and it's a fucking shame because it's really cool stuff, and it's not really cool stuff right now. Okay, and I've given it a chance. And it's just average to below average TV, honestly. And I don't really care about any of the characters. And I actively dislike the characters, many of the characters now. All right, so I'm going to go with the 3 out of 10. Not that this particular episode was the worst of the series, but this is where I lost it. I mean, I guess it gets a point for the fucking slammed off. It gets a fucking point for Durin and Elrond. And then I guess some of the visuals in some of the areas because I hate Númenor and I hate the Númenóreans' armor and I hate the fucking everything about them and their 3 pathetic ships that are sailing to Middle-earth. Okay. We'll see you in the episode breakdown. Hey, welcome to the episode breakdown. So we've got the spoiler section or whatever. So she, what's the fucking Harfoot lady's name? Nori. That's right. Nori was teaching him how to talk. And, obviously he's worried that he killed fireflies. So I think that this is pre-Gandalf, a Maiar who will eventually retreat and then come back down as Gandalf in the future. Sing your mom's walking song. You mean the mother that the Harfoots left behind because they're pieces of shit?
I think she died in an avalanche.
Oh, that was the avalanche one.
Landslide
all right. Well, they continue to migrate, and I will say there was a cool map topography effect where they did the it like goes from the map into
I think
Indiana
you like
Jones.
that because you don't get to see the Harfoots.
Yeah, they get to,
You're like, oh, thank you. That's all I wanted. I want to see their migration.
We rushed through the migration with the map, and then the priests they show up. Eminem's shows up. And he's like, facing the music and the spaghetti. And he looks at the hole in the ground and he says, my Lord has come. And then the stranger, but then I just think the stranger is a misdirect because they cut directly to the stranger right after it. They're like, see, this is him. No, I don't believe you. Adar burns an orc by moving his hand into the sun, and he's like, I think is just reinforcing his need to become a god so he can correct this mistake in orcs. And he's really just, these orcs are twisted elves, and I want to save everybody, and I'm actually a good guy, but I'm going to do things my way. And he's just kind of, he's like, summon the legions. It is time. I'm like, oh, thank God, this is the episode where something happens.
You said that word legion. I don't think he means legion.
Legion.
He summoned the dozens.
Summon the legion.
Summon the dozens. We've got like 23 dudes.
It's a baker dozen.
Yeah.
Summon that legion on Garfield's hand or something. I'm trying to come up with an orc name, and I said Garfield. That doesn't make sense. Anyways,
I like it.
No, yeah, in this series, and then we go to the humans who are holed up at the watchtower, ready to receive the legions, the single legion on one guy's orc's arm. They band together, and for some reason, Bronwyn is in charge of all of the cities of the Southlands that have gathered at the watchtower. We are expected to believe that all of the cities have gathered at the watchtower.
Yeah, she's the only one not covered in shit.
And Bronwyn is in charge of them all.
Yeah.
Who is Bronwyn again?
She's the healer of the village, and because she was blue,
a healer of the village who was already shunned by her own village, and all of a sudden, Amazon is like, you are now the leader of the entire Southlands faction. Why?
Fuck you, that's
Because
why.
Amazon. That's why. Because she's a female, because we want more diversity, because we don't want to be called sexist, so we can't have the actual leaders of the villages who could show up and who could be women, but no, we just need to push it on this character because this character is a good character and you will like this character, even though she's completely made up and she's
definitely
made up
not,
for no reason.
She's definitely not a J.R.R. Tolkien leader.
No.
Because we got lots of those in this show.
And then the barkeep dude, after she gives an inspiring speech where people are like, okay, I'll fight for my life, even though I was going to have to fight for my life anyway because the fucking orcs are coming. The barkeep says, no, let's not do this. They're going to kill us. Hey, we pledged allegiance in the past. Let's pledge allegiance again, and we will survive. So that's why, Joe, it makes a little more sense that, my life will be saved if I follow this fucking dirty dude. And then they follow the dirty dude, and it doesn't go too well. Anyways, the Númenóreans are gathering ships, and they're loading them, and they got one cow. There's a cow that's a horse that's being lifted, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I guess they'll have some horses because they showed one horse.
500, because remember, there's 500 dudes.
500 horses.
Yeah, so I guess.
And then this is when I wrote, this is spectacle for spectacle's sake. It's rather boring. It's not as grand as the series seems to think that it is. And here we go with his son. I am so tired of this guy's name. What is his name again? Isildur. His dad is pissed at him. He's like, you had your chance, and you got kicked out. But he's like, Dad, can I go and fight? I want to do the right thing. Can I do this? Well, like, why is this happening? Why do we care about this?
Because CW writers are in the committee.
I don't give a fuck about this. It's not even good on CW standards.
Yeah. Like it's
I hate it. I hate him.
I hate CW characters.
And I hate how he's like, I want to help, and they're like, no, you can't help. Why can't I help? Because a rope was you fucked up on the rope.
Because your mind is somewhere else.
Because your mind is somewhere else.
Train, they actually do what they're supposed to, and you're a piece of shit.
The daughter is now pissed that they're going. That happened off screen, and she's going to, I guess, create trouble for our character.
Maybe she's Sauron.
Hellbrand is now an advisor because Galadriel said that he was king, so now he's an advisor. He's out of jail, and now he's letting them know exactly on the map where the enemy is, and they say, he will go too. You will come with us. And the Queen Regent has staked her name on this quest, setting up future disappointment, setting up obviously the Númenóreans turning on her and turning evil and stuff, and being fucking jerks and following Pharazôn later, so he can take over. So what is her grand plan that her whole fucking kingdom and name is staked on? 5 ships, 400 warriors, 500
It's
warriors
Middle-earth.
to aid the Southlands. So I guess they'll end up fighting Adar. Not Sauron, as it was in, the lore. Instead, we're going to fight one of his sub-commanders that doesn't even care about him.
It's too early, so it's season 1.
Stupid.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're
And-
supposed to fight him 3 times.
Yeah.
But
So
not
they're
gonna
in
do
wolf.
it.
I know they're going to do anything.
So we go back to the Harfoots, god damn it, and then we see wolves, and I'm like, yay. But unfortunately, the big fella, saves them. But first, we got to say that the Harfoots are pieces of shit. The leader is trying to be convinced by this one bitch that's like, this big fella is responsible for all of our woes. He's responsible for this forest.
She's the Karen of the group.
It's just so stupid. This forced drama everywhere. You didn't need to rely on this. There's much better source material that has drama and tension and makes sense and it's epic and grand. But no, this bitch is like, what if somebody is made a widow or an orphan? We have to prevent that by making a widow or an orphan, by killing people. What? You mean like the Harfoots that you're trying to fuck over and kill? So, whatever. They try to put the Harfoots in danger. I don't care. They're horrible people. And then Slam Dolph saves them. And, so trying
And now
to
we love him.
plant the
because
seed. And now the Harfoots love him, which could also set up yet another betrayal when he's revealed as Sauron. Ending or when it's revealed that the priests think that he's Sauron, and then we hate you. You're not my friend no more. Nori says, and all this thing, but it truly is a good guy. And that see how they set up this fucking fake CW fucking drama and tension, and then fucking Nori goes to high school, and then fucking Pre-Gandalf hides in the lockers, and then he gets her in trouble, and she's really mad at him because he messes things up with her boy, this boy she really likes, and the boy thinks that he's. This is what's gonna happen.
Man, let's go.
Second season.
In season 2, and so fuck it. What else? So somebody asked Galadriel to advise his soldiers to kill the orcs. Oh, Arundel, what's his name?
Which one?
The fucking guy that we like
Oh.
on Númenor. The only guy that we like.
Oh, I don't like anyone on Númenor.
No, I like this.
I like
father.
Pharazôn because he's evil.
What's the father's
Elendil?
name? Elendil. God damn it. This fucking autocorrect keeps taking Elendil and turning it into ending. So ending asks Galadriel to advise the soldiers to kill orcs because apparently the people have never fought them before in their history, so they have no teachings handing down on how to defeat the enemy that earned them fighting the enemy that earned them their island.
Mm-hmm.
Is this before?
So we get another scene of how, again, just to show how badass she is, and how fucking is the men challenge. How dare they attack her? And we have 30 guys attacking her, and she defeats them all. And these are the soldiers that are going to go and attack and be a glorious army to take on
By
Sauron.
the way, she killed the lieutenant like 20 times.
I know. Yeah. These are the Númenóreans.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a fucking 3.
Yeah.
That just made me mad again.
They're short,
Anyways.
they don't know how to fight, and they're stupid as shit.
Yep.
Typical Númenorian. That's exactly how I read it in the books.
Dude wins his lieutenant position, and Halbrand lifts a sword in a cool way. Whoa. He's hiding something. He's hiding his skill. We've already seen that. Just shut up. Pharazôn's son asks his father to stop the war. Stop being a fucking elf follower, you elf lover. What? He's like, shut up. I've got a bigger plan. I'm gonna get power where there's ore, forests, trade, tributes with the Southland if we, have our thumb on them and we become the saviors. So I'm not taking orders from the elf. I'm being smart. And then the Queen Regent's father, what's his name?
Planeteer. Tar Planeteer, right?
No. Is it? No. Who's Elrond's brother?
Elros?
Yeah, where's Elros?
He died.
He died a long time ago.
They compressed several thousand years.
Oh, that's right. This isn't okay.
I think it's Tar
Never-
Planeteer.
Yeah,
who's the
something
current
like
king
that.
or
He
something
says,
like that.
"Don't go." Tells her, "Don't,
Darkness.
don't do it."
I think that's his name.
Yeah, and darkness awaits you there, and then right in that darkness awaits you there, they cut to the stranger. This is a simple misdirect. The darkness is not the stranger, and if it is, fuck this series. They make a point to show he's dangerous right after that by showing him freezing his hand for no fucking reason. He's freezing his hand in a small pond, and then fucking Nori comes over to
hurt
help
it.
him, and
It's her fault for touching.
then she touches him, and then she gets blasted away, and then she's all scared of him and runs away. It's like, yeah, why did you try to touch him? What are you doing? Then she runs from him.
Yeah, she's very stupid.
Then we have the king of the elves in Durin. He's trading barbs, and this is really good. I love this. This is a great scene. Another good scene is with Elrond and the king. They're parlaying, and Elrond realizes he's been manipulated to obtain the secret. And Elrond is a fucking genius, Alex.
What?
Because Elrond's trying to keep the massive fucking secret, and he doesn't want to betray Durin because the entire elves will be fucked if he betrays the secret. And you know, secrets actually hold power in Lord of the Rings, though I don't think the writers and directors know that. In the Tolkien lore, when you have a bond, it actually does matter. But if you break it, anyways, what happens?
He
here?
breaks it.
How?
By being stupid.
By being stupid. How is he being stupid?
He's like, well, I can't confirm nor deny. And they're like, you have 3 times already. And the guy's looking at him like, all right, I guess they don't have it.
Do the elves have mithril, or do the dwarves have mithril?
I promised I wouldn't
And he's
tell.
like, I must keep a secret with my friend Durin, who told me that the dwarves have mithril. I'll never fucking tell you that the dwarves have mithril, because that is a secret. And he'll be really mad if I tell you that the dwarves have mithril. And he's like, well, you need to break your... And then the dumbass response is even worse. Well, you need to break your oath. Oh, well, you need to break your oath and tell me that the dwarves have mithril. I can't break my oath that I saw that the dwarves have mithril. I can't do that because I'm trying to keep the secret that the dwarves have mithril. And then he's like, well, then you need to break your oath and tell me... I already know the dwarves have mithril because of Celebrimbor. We conspired, haha, and you told us that the elves or that the dwarves have. My brain is malfunctioning right now.
Elrond's half human side is the stupid half. Okay, because all the humans in the show are idiots.
Yeah, he
and
must
so
be from the
he's-
Southlands.
He's half idiot.
Or Númenor.
Yeah.
So it made me laugh out loud that he revealed his secret by saying he won't reveal his secret, the exact secret that the king was looking for. So,
He could have at least acted shocked. What?
what are you talking about? He
God.
could have subterfuged and said something completely different. Anyways, we go back over to the island of Númenor, and the Númenóreans are celebrating that they've already won because the war will be over by the time the boats get there. Are you a dumbass? Like, this level of dumbassery is beyond dumbass. It's Dumas, is what it is. This guy's drinking. He's like, I will be. People are gonna herald me as a war hero. The war will be over before the boats land. Why? Because I guess they'll throw their spears while they're sailing, and the spears will fly across Middle Earth, and then they'll land on all the orcs before they
Pretty
land.
sweet.
And then they land.
I like that.
I hate this show. They are pushing this I hope you find what you're looking for subplot with his son, who you can't come with us. You need to find what you're looking for. You can't be this because you need to find what you're looking for. This thing just rings fucking completely hollow and feckless. There's no reason that they wouldn't take him, but he does manage to try to sneak aboard so that they'll take him anyway.
Well, he also lies to everybody and says that the guy who just blew up 2 of their ships probably 200 horses and prevents another 200 people from going with. He's just like lies. So Isildur is further just a giant fucking piece of shit.
I don't know why.
It wasn't Isildur that lied. I thought it was the son that lied.
Isildur lied.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Isildur
man.
looks at him. He's like, "No, he was on a fishing boat." And then
Oh right.
And
I thought it
Alfarazon's like,
was
"Yeah, I was."
Yeah, I thought Alfarazon was like is helping him, but it's like no. Why would you even do that for that? Okay, so that's again
yeah, I
CW
didn't
level
get
writing,
that.
so it blows up in everybody's face later. That's why this level is so fucking.
It's like, oh, it's because you didn't want to be discovered. He was a stowaway.
Trophy.
He's like, I don't fucking care. He's like, yeah, I tried to stow away, but this motherfucker.
Tried to burn the fucking boat.
No, he did. He did.
He
blew
blew
up.
up
Well,
two-
no, he's gonna say you tussled, and then the thing fell, and then he will blame Isildur as the one who destroyed the ships.
Yeah.
In the middle of the court of 5 people on Númenor when they come back, so that Númenóreans can then hate
Well,
everybody.
my dad is gonna be king. Your dad is apparently just a petty lord, even though he's not.
Exactly. They're gonna use that in their pocket later. It's a little stupid. Anyway, command hesitates in the tower on Númenor because they lost one of their 5 ships, and our heroine is like, no, don't give up hope because we have to go defeat Lord Sauron.
Hope is the
So,
mind killer.
What are you giving us
Yeah,
to
'cause
defeat
then
Lord Sauron?
what-
3 ships.
What's his name?
Pharazôn.
Pharazôn. He's like, no, we're gonna get all this stuff or trade in the next scene.
The
He's like,
very next scene, you're
no,
right,
we
Joe.
should cancel this.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
wait.
let's think about this. Let's not do it.
But you
What?
just said you
But
wanted
you just-
tribute.
you're
and
the
you
one
wanted
that-
ore and all that stuff to keep them under your thumb.
This is fucking embarrassing as Lord
Did I
of the
miss
Rings.
something?
No, you're exactly right.
Oh, okay.
And actually, that was the only part of the episode I was like, that kind of fits. Like him, because it one does kind of fit with what they did. But like Alfarazon going like, oh, I want to subjugate all the men in Middle Earth, and I want to steal their shit, and I want to like, and it's like that fits to the character. Hey, that's kind of cool. You don't get points for it, but it's like
The very next scene, he's like, nah, let's just stay home. Anyways, all of the music is better than the content shown and the level of writing shown and the scenes happening on the screen. The elves, apparently, the entire elven race is reliant on the fact that they need this secret ore that Durin doesn't want to let people know about and the dwarves want to keep for themselves, or else all the elves will die. I don't know in Tolkien lore if this is a thing.
it is not.
Then I hate
It's
this
completely
show.
made up.
Then that's the 3 out of 10 because the Elvens want. I was listening very intently to the king's words. Why are you doing this, and why is this necessary? Because I want to saturate every elf with it. Yes.
What's that mean?
What?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You mean like piercings and stuff? Like the elves are gonna come out and
Well,
like
the
nipple rings and Prince Albert's for everyone.
The shitty thing is, the implication is the
No.
elves are losing their light, and this is the light of Cimmeral. And if you wrap the light in the fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
What is going on? The elves are doomed unless he betrays his friend's oath? Why are they doomed? Why are the elves doomed? I get in Tolkien lore, and by the Third Age, the elves are on the decline. They are all sailing away, and I get that. But this is the Third Age. I guess it's also happening here in the Second Age. And it is happening here in the Second Age by spring!
Yeah.
If they don't get this medal, they'll all die by spring. Is that what you're telling me, Amazon? Is that why Celebrimbor was like, I need this forged by spring? Because they would all be dead by spring if they don't have fucking mithril wrapping their bodies, even though they have no idea what mithril is, or at least half the people don't know what mithril is. I don't know what's going on.
Now they could have done it where somehow Sauron, behind the scenes, has told one of the elves that the only way that you're not going to die, and this could all be some clever ruse done by this. The problem is, like everything that's important in this TV show, it's all done off screen. And they'll surprise you with it later, so it's completely unearned. So, yes, something at the very end, they're like, oh, I told you. They explained it. It's like, no, it's cheap when they just tell you that 7 episodes
are you already anticipating that Sauron is in the Elves King's ear saying you need to
not
do
his
this?
ear. Like I think that if they
Celebrimbor's
had
ear?
done it, one of the reasons, like let's say that Halbrand is Sauron, right? the reason that his ship was where it was is because he was actually in a Region 6 months to a year before in Celebrimbor's year going like, hey, motherfucker, your light's dying, your tree's
They're
dying.
gonna
you
fucking
do that.
shit.
And then he takes his ship,
Yeah.
he goes to Lind, and then takes his ship down there to set all this thing up. The problem is, it is so shitty. It's like the worst Agatha Christie novels where like at the end, they're like, well, we didn't tell you that there was a pistol on the ground. It's like, well, fuck you. The whole point is like, as the audience is we want to be in on the story, and you revealing shit way at the end.
What is this
sucks.
pouch from Halbrand? Is that what, like, does he drink it? Is it coins? If he touches it, then he can transform again. So maybe he was an elf and then transformed into a human.
think
But
he
every
could-
time
he
he
should be able to do it
transforms, he loses his memories or something. I don't know what they're gonna do in order to have Halbrand be Sauron or whatever, or the Anatar, Lord of Gifts or whatever. So then we have Halbrand and Gadriel talking.
So if he is, so there's only 3 people that under when he was in his fair form could ever be like, nah, fuck you, bro. Like, you are not who you say you are. And Galadriel's one of them.
Right.
So if this motherfucker is the Dark Lord, she would just be go, no.
No, fuck you, bro.
Because-
No, instead she's like, let's have sex. Let's fuck. Because I don't know where my husband is.
Oh yeah, there is no husband.
Where
no
is
daughter.
where is her? What is it? Sarah. He's like, fuck. I forgot his name, but he's the meme. Like,
Celeborn?
yes. Is it not? Is it Celeborn?
Yeah.
Her husband.
I would much like
I
to
would much
speak
like to
to
speak
him.
with
It's like, oh my god, why did you deliver the line so fucking weird? Yeah, and she's supposed to have a daughter who eventually
Where's
marries
Gandalf?
Elrond.
I would much like to speak with him.
And so Elrond is going to be wifeless, and then Aragorn will not have a wife, and then Lord of the Rings can't happen.
It's more shocking for our main heroine to have fallen in love with the Dark Lord. If they do
I can't
that,
wait.
I'm jumping
I want
out of
them
a
to
window.
fuck so bad because now I
Yeah,
want this
just
show
ruin
to
everything.
I want this
just fucking ruin it.
Yeah, because now that it's already been ruined, it's like I want it really fucking ruined.
You just really just jam your thumb into it. Okay, so why do you keep fighting? He says, or no, yes, he says to her, why do you keep fighting?
No, why won't
And
you
she's-
stop?
Who did you lose?
Oh, right.
He's like, who did you lose? That's,
One, yeah, and then she says her brother, but it's like, why do you keep fighting? Because I cannot stop.
Yeah, why can't you stop? Because I cannot
Because
stop.
I cannot stop.
Oh, okay.
Wow, the level of writing is
There's
fucking
a tempest in me.
amazing. Because there is a tempest in me and I cannot stop. Unblinking eyes. As she narrows them and does not blink. Now, they literally have her staring at the camera as she does it. They won't give answers to any of the mysteries because that's all this series has right now is the Stranger, Halbrand, and Durin. That's all they have, in my opinion. And then the only blood can bind. When the humans show up to Adar, they said, we pledge ourselves to you and Lord Sauron, and it pisses off Adar that he picks up the guy and slams him into the ground, but then makes him pledge anyway. And he's like, okay, I'll pledge to you. And he's like, all right, it can only be done in blood. Kill Theo's friend. And yeah. And I guess
he
it happens
does.
off screen because all the cool stuff happens off screen. Arendir and Theo are talking. And Theo actually, so I'll give one thing to the series. People don't hold their fucking lies for that long. So I like that Elrond later tells Durin. And here, Theo comes clean about the blade. He's like, I got to tell you something. Here's his fucking blade. Because I was like, I just hate those little things that they do in Superman and Lois and the CW where
like,
it's
they have a
like, it
secret.
festers. And then, how dare you betray? You lied to me this whole time. Like, it's just the lowest low of writing. And it's cheap and it's a good way to but it's like, get more complex about things. Anyways, a key and so he determines, hey, I've seen this before. This elf has seen this before. It's a key to enslave the Dark Lord's enemy. It is a key and it enslaves them. What does it do? I have no idea.
Blows up a mountain. My guess is it makes the volcano erupt because that would be the ultimate thing where it's like you are going to, because the breadbasket of that area is where the Southerners live. And if the Dark Lord's like, I need a massive fucking army, and he's like, I'm going to enslave you, and I can't do it by guarding you all day. I'm going to have my key on this button, and like a finger on this button. And if at any point in time you piss me off, the volcano erupts and you all fucking die.
That tracks. I almost think that's what it is for sure.
Because
now.
because Adar wants to make
It's not going to be magic that then controls the minds, because that's the other way to enslave the Dark Lord's enemies. Enslave them? No, it's not going to be magic. It's going to be that.
Yeah, I think because he wants to make a realm for the orcs, and then the only way to do it is to blot out the sun. So
Yeah, create darkness because we keep seeing that over and over that the sun is
Vampires.
burning their yeah. So, they do basically this is such an awkward scene here between Arendir and and Browen. I haven't bothered to learn these guys.
She's got a blue. She's got
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn.
So this one's so awkward, and it actually fucking lost me and tricked me. Like there's no way. Like how do we fight them? And then and then finally she goes, there is a way, and then it cuts. And then they walk together out in the open where you will look at everybody and everybody's looking at them, right? So I thought that they were kind of putting on a play. It was something clever, right? Bronwyn is the leader, right? So she comes up with clever things to get everybody on board. And I was like, oh, they're all just doing it as a play for all to listen. It's not over yet, but then it wasn't a play. It was just really bad overacting. And everybody was staring at them. It was such an awkward thing. And the reason why I realized it wasn't a play that they were putting on to be like, and here is how we defeat the orcs and all that stuff. It was, no, she actually realizes something as they're arguing, as she's arguing in despair, saying, no, we're fucked, in front of everybody, is she realizes the tower or something.
Yeah.
I was like, instead of already knowing like what she could do and then putting on a show for people and then doing something clever and earning her leadership, she actually is in complete despair. We're all going to lose. And then, I just thought of something. So what the fuck? All right. Anyways, Durin made up the story about the table. And this was a great part. And this is one of the first times I heard Alex laugh. It's a very rare instance. Alex laughed.
Aha.
You should know that Alex laughed. It was like a three ha-has. When Durin said, give me the meat and give it to me raw.
It's just like, what the fuck is this fucking weird meme writing? It's just like, it's fucking dumb.
It was funny.
It's funny, but it's so fucking dumb.
Elrond says, without Mithril, his kind needs it by spring or they're going to perish. He tells, and this is where he tells Durin what happened, basically. And then Durin, instead of getting pissed off and saying, I evoke that you spread my secret and I'm never going to be your friend again, he does the right thing. And he's like, and he's being Durin about it. He's like, tell me again, what was it? You hold the elves' lives in your hands. What? The elves like you are the one in charge.
You know the cooler thing that could be the way that the dwarves of Khazad-dûm save all of the elves is when Sauron is butt fucking them and Sauron has destroyed Eregion and he's gonna stomp them to death and he's about to kill Elrond. The dwarves all run out of Khazad-dûm and kick his ass to give him time to escape. That would be really cool, right?
That'd be really cool.
We don't get any of that because they didn't read anything.
Did that happen?
Yeah. It's the only reason Elrond's alive is because when Sauron has them cornered during the War of the Elves and Sauron, the Khazad-dûm dwarves come out, attack, and then like give them enough time to escape, and then they run back up and seal the doors and don't open them up for forever. There's all this cool shit that
right. But does that happen right about now?
Yeah, because they should have. Well, no.
It's just the war, the ongoing war in the Second Age.
Yeah. It's one of the first,
or is that a Third Age?
No, this is like beginning of the Second Age shit. This is thousands of years before Alpharazon.
Anyways, the Elf King was listening, and so maybe there's a small hope that the elves don't need the Mithril to survive, and he's just doing a play where it's like we need the Mithril to survive or we will die, so that the King Durin will give them the Mithril, and then he'll be like, haha, I didn't really need to live, but I needed it because I wanted it, and I got it. So that's what I got.
But then why are we doing it to that character who's not a dick and who's like super awesome? And
well, so that then we can get the audience hearts pulled because Durin will no longer be friends with Elrond. Look at what you did. You told him the secret, and he fucking did this to me. You see that coming? I can already see it coming. Anyways, so Lord Halbrand now is looking at his pouch. The queen summons him, and he's like, my past, and then he decides to grab it real quick and go with them, and he's an off-brand Aragon. It's just repeating better source material.
I don't want it. All right. Broke ass Jon Snow.
And then we have sweeping epic Star Wars type music for 3 ships and 72 soldiers.
Against the Legion.
They're off on an
Against a legion.
adventure.
The sun gets to go to Middle Earth as the stable sweep, and they laugh at him. And then Galadriel, our hero, boards the ship in slow motion, and I couldn't care less about this crew, and I couldn't care less about these characters. And as the music swells, I hope they all die, and Adar wins.
Do you think that they're going to push the watchtower down the hill like it's a fucking cartoon, and it's going to roll over and steamroll all of the orcs that are walking up it?
No.
You don't think
She
so?
said the tower must fall.
The tower must fall, and then they show this. They show the scene of a steep ass hill that the orcs would have to
That's
come up,
what
and then if they're just like, "All right, push this thing down," and like a fucking cartoon, it just smushes the orcs into like a weird paste
She did
into the
say it.
earth.
Yes.
All right, well, let's see what happens. All
Again,
right, guys.
let's fucking ruin this shit.
Let's
I
just
cannot
go on
wait.
file. Yeah.
With cartoon noises.
yeah.
I would
Squish,
love
squish,
some.
All right, guys. That's the state that Rings of Power is in right now. We have 3 episodes left of
Despair.
this garbage. I think episode 6.
Yes. 6.
Next is 6. Will essentially, it won't be the final battle. It'll be just little incursions. The fucking Númenórean jabronis show up and little skirmish.
Volunteers, 'cause
I'm
they're not even
hoping we
soldiers.
get battles or
And
something.
I think that'll probably be episode 7.
That's what I'm
or they'll
thinking.
just like push it all the way to 8 or something.
Because I'm not thinking it's going to be 6. They're still going to do a voyage. They're going to do some more bullshit. And
Yeah,
then 7
and so
or
then
8.
they're gonna get their asses defeated or whatever, or come back, and Farazan's gonna be like, "See, I told you so. You fucked up." So that his power rises back on the island. You got everybody killed, or she dies herself in battle with Adar or something, and then he takes over, and then they tease Sauron at the very, very, very end. And or maybe I don't think they have the balls to do it, and it would still not be satisfying. They reveal that Halbrand, they'll go back in time. You know how some of those like Guy Ritchie movies will be like, here's what the water bottle did and Bullet Train kind of thing, where it's like it was Halbrand the whole time in the prison. He was like, hey, bro, come here, let me. And then they show what Alex was saying, that previously he turned into an elf and did all this stuff and then transformed again and lost his memories when he was hit really hard in the head on a ship. That's why he was on a broken ship or something. No, because
It's all by design.
I have no idea what's going on, but whatever.
It will not be
They'll
satisfying.
it'll be that or something different. They'll definitely tease Sauron before the end of the series. Oh, and then no Rings of Power in the Rings of Power. Or maybe the very last shot is them forging the ring.
Which rings, though?
Yeah, I don't know. The 3 elf rings.
Those are made way
Those-
later, and not by Sauron.
What? No, Sauron doesn't make those. It's Celebrimbor.
Yeah,
Sauron
Celebrimbor.
doesn't make any of those
He
rings.
teaches them how to make the 16 main rings, the ones that go to dwarves and men, and then
Okay.
in secret, Celebrimbor makes 3
For the elves.
for the elves.
Okay. And then in secret, he makes 1. 2.
And then Sauron
Lead-
goes back and makes 1, and
leads-
then when he
leads
comes
with 1.
back, he's like, "Tell me where those fucking 3 are," and he's like, "I'm not going to tell you," so he gets tortured to death.
Aha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, none of that, obviously.
No,
by
no.
the
There are no
sequel.
rings of power in Amazon's Rings of Power.
So you give me hope, and there's like none of that. It's
No.
like,
Oh, I
yeah.
like that. The Númenóreans, they're cool. Yeah, they're cool. None of that.
Yeah, no.
None of that. You know the battles with Morgoth? No, none of that. Hey, you know the battles with Sauron in the Second Age? Yeah. No,
No.
none of that. Adar, and some orcs, like 22 orcs.
Damn.
All right, guys. None of that. Bye.